Right before we start this video, let's do a quick intro. We're going to see what gear I had and the top rankings and everything like that. Let's do that now. Here's the items I had. Oh, I think these are the items I had when I actually died in the gauntlet. There's the weapon. I'll just hover over these. And that. And that one too. And then we had that ring and this ring. Just if people are curious what gear I had. There'll be a path of building link down below as well. And that one. And then I had the bottom three flask auto enchant, auto done. But I actually had armor on all three of them, so they would overlap. They wouldn't stack. Like this doesn't stack with this, the armor things. But they would be up quite often, so I would have some more armor going like that. And those are the ones I found and was able to actually do that with. And when I died, we were at, let's see, back. We made it to rank 1077 out of everybody, and we made it to 1192 with this. So we're currently at 1192 because people are, passing me in this day. So I made it up to 1077, and it ends in 14 hours. Pretty cool. And here's a quick snapshot. Ben made it back twice. He died and then made it all the way back to the top. Pretty amazing. And then here's all the different people. And then it's just tons of, different listings. And I guess these are the ones that are died. Yep, if they're grayed out, they died. And there's a few people still alive as well. I thought I was going to make it and not die, guys. I really did want to try that. But all of a sudden, just in a blink of an eye, done. It's pretty brutal. Hello and welcome back to Path of Exile. This is the Secrets of the Atlas, and we played, oh boy, what was it? Ziz's Merciless Gauntlet, and it was pretty merciless. I learned a lot. This is the first time playing hardcore solo self-found, of any significance, and oh boy, was it tough. The mods kept on getting more and more difficult. There were different mods in the first set of Act 1 through 5. Projectiles, that was really bad. Then we got into chaos damage, which is not normal to have to deal with in Act 6 through 10. I would say the bosses in ranks during the campaign went Act 9. That boss was the hardest of the whole campaign. Then Act 4 was really difficult. And then the Katava Act 10 boss and the Katava Act 5 boss, in that order. The other bosses are, mixed in there as well. That was really difficult. I just kept stacking life, and that worked out really well until I got to about 80. And then I was using Faustus to be able to roll and try to get a decent weapon. And I'll have a path of a POB down in the listing below. But let's see if I can bring this up. I was trying to replace this weapon, and I just simply could not replace it. So this weapon wasn't getting me enough. At 626 physical damage, it wasn't getting me enough. I couldn't get a 6-link rolled. I tried all different ways. Couldn't get a 6-link. It was just brutally hard. So I kept on at level 92, I scaled a little bit back on life to get a little bit more damage. And then at 93, I got to 93 and did the same thing. And then at 94, I leveled up. And I was planning on doing the whole, going on Twitch and doing the thing, because the goal was 95. Sure enough, 95. Oop, still losing my voice a little bit. At 95, I went into a map, and it was like a tier 12. Wasn't bad, but there was some kind of combination with whatever the reduced damage and then the extra damage they were doing, and then whatever that other one is. It shouldn't have been a bad map, but there was a bunch of detonate deads, and I needed to pay attention just a little bit more, but it was just brutal. It kept on popping, and I was like, what is this? Why isn't this? And I kind of looked at it, and I go, is this guy, invulnerable as far as, one of those shrine nodes? No, and then, boop, boop, instantly, I had, right at 7,000 health, and it just was complete drop from full to zero in one pop. It was just one pop, done. Maybe two. I don't know. But it was a brute, and I was just like, oh my god! And it's just, it hits you hard. That definitely it hits you hard when you're like, oh, all that work, and you're trying to be cautious, and it's usually about a half a second to a second of slightly less attention. And I should have been okay. Yeah, I should have been paying more attention. It was still my fault. It was a fair death, I would say. It's just I shouldn't have been that. I kept on going, why isn't this guy dying? Why isn't this whole little group dying? And he was spawning more, and they kept on popping. And he must have spawned like 4 at once. I killed him instantly, and then the main guy was there, and he popped all 4 right around me. And I just didn't realize it. I heard the detonate dead sound and everything. It was really tough. But we had a good time. Holy cow, did I learn a lot. And I do look forward to the next Gauntlet a lot. As far as Path of Exile goes, I do want to make one more episode for the Juggernaut Cyclone series. I have the gear ready for that. But after this, I was doing a lot of content and a lot of playing for the last 2 months of PoE, which is great because I missed it because they didn't have any updates. So I'll be taking a break, not from everything, but I've started just the RuneScape thing. And so far what I've liked about that is I'm learning everything from scratch. I have a screen up to the side, and I just type in what the questions I have. Actually, it's a chat AI thing that just opens up, and I just ask it a question, and it understands that I'm talking about RuneScape 3, and it pretty much, I think it only steered me wrong like once so far, as basic questions like, what is this wooden stock? I made it, and I didn't know what it was. But I'm learning a lot about that game, and just it's a free-to-play account, and I'm having fun. I'm chopping trees, a lot less stressful. I can just click, and it's a lot. It's not that this was stressful. This requires your attention, and that does not really require your attention. So I'm going to be jumping over there and doing a little bit of that. I plan to do PoE 2. It's that whole league comes out, giving that a good shot. See what happens, and then I look forward to the next league on here as well. And if it comes down to it, I might jump back in and try a completely different build, or maybe some kind of energy blade, something on the Cyclone, so that we don't have to rely on a weapon as much. So that'll be an interesting thing. That's the next goal as well. There's a lot of little things I want to do. But so far, I think the event comes to a close this afternoon, and we'll see how things stack up. 1 second. Let's see if I actually have the ranking. Okay, I showed that at the beginning as far as the gear and everything, and then we're good to go. That's what I'm doing. So I'm not giving up on Path of Exile. You can tell because I've been playing this for years, but I will take a break because 2 months of spinning has got me wanting to just chop some trees. So I'll see you next time. And enjoy, guys. Pretty cool. Whew. And thanks, Ziz. This was a very cool, very interesting gauntlet, and I look forward to the next one, but I will do even better next time. I see where this caught me at the end, the weapon here. Yeah, it just caught me with the damage. Defense wasn't an issue. Damage was. Nice.